Right then, so taking big one-shots with Shadow Rider is always pretty fun. I have a lot of people asking me to cover this deck, so here we go, we're finally getting involved. If you don't know what Shadow Rider does, VMAX Pokemon 320 HP with a really cool ability, Underworld Door, letting you attach one Psychic Energy from your hand to one of your bench Psychic Pokemon. If you do, draw 2 cards. You get to draw cards and attach energy. What's not to love about that? Especially when you look at Calyrex's attack. Max guys, for 3 energy, you do 10 plus 30 for each psychic attached to all your Pokemon. So, if we get into the round where we got between 8, 10 upwards energy, we are now one-shot in VMAXs. That is a nice place to be. The reason why this deck sort of fell out of fashion, though, it's really hard to set up and Path to the Peak hurts it. Well, Path to the Peak's still around, but we have a better way of setting up now. VIP Battle Pass, one of my favourite cards from Fusion Strike. You can only play it on your first turn, however, but if you do, you can search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and sling them straight onto your bench, and that is a godsend for Shadow Rider. Because if you get Shadow Rider to the point where you're taking one-shots on VMAXs, a lot of times, even if one Calyrex goes down, the next one's just going to like Underworld Door, and bang, you take another one-shot. It's not a terribly hard thing to do. Or 2-shot one of your opponent's VMAXs and then come in late game and pow! You're probably thinking, that's going to take a lot of Underworld Doors and a lot of energy and time to get to that max, guys. We actually have another couple ways of sneaking energy into play. Galarian Articuno, one of my favourite cards in the deck, has a really good ability, Cruel Charge. When you bench him, you can attach up to 2 Psychic Energies from your hand, essentially being a plus 60 without even using your manual attachment for the turn, or Underworld Door is really good. And Psy Laser is a really good, useful attack as well for cleaning up missed KOs. Discard all energy from this Pokemon, doing 120 snipe. Really strong and useful. The last thing we have to accelerate energy is Zacian V, basic Pokemon, 220 HP, with the Roar of the Sword ability, which lets you end your turn, but you search your deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So think about Leafeon's attack. It's the same, but for Psychic Energy. And we can use this attack as well, but I don't think you're going to see it in the video. Storm Slash for 3 energy, you do 60 plus 30 for each energy, Psychic Energy attached to this Pokemon. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is just consistency. 4 Quick Ball, 4 Fog Crystal, 4 Evolution Incense, 2 Training Court, 4 Research, 2 Marnie, 2 Boss, 2 Air Balloon, 16 energy, because we need a ton. Let's get involved. We've got some big attacks here in this video. Cheers. Right, now you guys probably didn't know this, but I have a little secret to tell y'all. Oh, HotChocShorts BTCG is actually Santa Claus. What up, though? Just been busy making the toys to go out and deliver on the big boy whip, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the sleigh. But in between making the toys, we are here to play some Shadow Rider VIP Pass. Let's go, baby. Jeez. So, this is a funny game, because I remember I almost conceded this game. We're doing some post-com again. Yeah, I remember I almost conceded this game because I was not a happy Santa. I was not a happy Santa, to be honest with you, because we didn't draw very well. But this is why you have to make sure you at least stick to the end of this video, this game, so you can see how powerful this deck can be. So, we opened the VIP Battle Pass, very good. This is all things you want to see. We've got energy, we've got another energy with Zacian. The only thing we don't really like is Zacian being in the active spot. However, we do play 4 switching cards, you know, 2 Air Balloon and 2 Switch. So hopefully we should be okay. Excuse me while I have a little sippy sip of my green tea. Okay, we don't really know what our opponent's playing yet, but they just discard an elemental badge, so it's fairly safe to assume we're either playing against Flareon, in which case we'd be happy, or Jolteon, in which case we're a bit less happy, and now comes the Jolteon. In case you don't know what Jolteon does, VMAX Pokemon, for 1 energy when it's got the elemental badge attack, you can do 100 damage to the active and 100 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon as damage count on it already. So, I'm feeling quite confident with this hand. With an energy and discard pass, we can put Training Court into play. It's a shame because we know that Jolteon probably plays at least 1 path. So we're going to have to be careful with our stadiums. We only played 2. And this is where I just realised, wait, hold on, wait a minute. We did not draw any Shadow Rider VMAXs. And you can see, oh, what? I was like, actually, we have a game plan. We're going to get back up here. We've got a game plan. Let's get back into it. So, my game plan now. I mean, it's not the greatest ones, don't get me wrong. But we can start doing some Astral Barrage. Our opponent has that Zigzagoon stuck in the active position, active spot I should say. So we can do a little Astral Barrage on the back 2, put some pressure on that Sobble, really force it to evolve on our opponent's 2-card hand, and we get some little chip on Jolteon. Again, not the greatest of positions to be in, but it's not too bad. And even if our opponent does evolve it into a Drizzy, it's only going to have 90 HP, we can just pepper it again. So not too bad really. Let's see what happens. And I guess they're probably going to take either a Marnie or a research. I'm probably going to take a research, right? Because we didn't really do a lot last time. Yeah, there's the research. Heyo, Professor Juniper Light. Heyo, heyo, what are you doing in my lab? Take these 7 trading cards and get out. Right, let me put my green tea down. Boom. Pizzle. Okay. So here comes the path to the peak. Now that is scary. We only have 1 stadium left in deck. But actually, there's no but. This isn't a good situation at all. If we can research into our other stadium now, hopefully we can join some energies, maybe get some Articunos going. We should be okay. Let's see what our opponent does here. So, quick ball, another Sobble, another Sobble. Another Sobble. What's a Sobble? Now the good news is, I don't know how many Scoop Up Nets Jolteon plays. I think it's like 2. So the chances of them actually drawing into it without having to like pop a Drizzy for it are quite low. So that Zigzagoon there, that Zigzagoon being there is doing bits for us right now. Don't get it twisted. Then let's see what they do. Okay, I'm trying to think. Do we want to attach before the research here? I'm not sure. Zacian V is probably not a great attacker in this matchup with a 60 plus 30 for each psychic attach. Not really doing great. Next card was an Evolution Incense. Oh my goodness. Excuse me for the yawning. It's pretty early. I've only just woke up. I need to get these post comments on. I've got a couple more. So I'm going to attach there. We do attach there. Nice. And then a research. And there we go. So we've got the Calyrex. We even got our stadium, which is crazy. And we can get a full Articuno here for 2 energy. So a full value Articuno. But I think what we want to do is pop them now so we can guarantee 2 energies. Well, what we want to do is use that Evolution Incense first, take something out of deck, Articuno for a guaranteed 2, then Training Court and start underdoing off that Training Court. I think that's what we want to do. And I think we still actually want to attack with Astral Barrage here on the Drizzy. I think that works out quite well. So, I think, yeah, so watching this back in hindsight, we did misplay a little bit there. But that's a good thing about post comps, because at the time, I wouldn't have noticed that. And I can spot the mistakes, so when you play, you don't make the same mistakes as young Burton. Because Burton, unfortunately, makes a few. I am Burton, by the way. I am Burton, I am Hot Chocolate, I am Shay, I am Santa. Now, I think we put damage here on Jolteon and Drizzy. And I think in hindsight, putting them on the Sobble might be better, just because we can always guarantee a KO there. But then actually, we haven't got that much energy in play, so we need to just try and make sure we can one-shot that Jolteon. So I guess that also works for sure. I mean, realistically, okay, so they find their energy, so they still can't attack though. They still can't attack. Wowzers. Okay, that's mental. So now what we can do, we've got a little sneaky play lined up now. We can now VMAX our active, our Astral Barrage, doing so well. Boss up the Jolteon, the one that has the Jolteon V, the basic. KO that. I'm assuming we KO that because we've got a whole ton of energy on. We'll KO that. Go down to 3, then all we have to do is just one-shot this next Jolteon. Right, Jolteon can't really apply enough pressure to it. It's taking any energy off our board, so we should be okay. So I think that is our plan. No need to do anything else. Now, I haven't even done a damage calc, but there could be a world in which we actually OHKO this Jolteon here, but I don't think we do. 3, 6, 9, 12, 50, 180, 210, 220. No, we don't. We do like 270, 280? 280. Yes, all we got to do now to OHKO this Jolteon is what? Have 2 more? One more energy, because max guys is 30 plus. We do 280. Jolteon has 300 HP, so we can just get 1 more energy in play next turn. we just one-shot that Jolteon. And if we keep it moving, then I can get back to making, you know, all the toys that I can deliver for Christmas. Okay. This is why you come to HotChocks PTCG, right? This is why you come to HotChocks PTCG. For the entertainment. Okay, so our opponent takes Marnie, correct, I think 100%. Need to make sure we don't get this energy back. And in an ideal world for them, if they get Marnie Path, that is diabolical. So let's just hope they don't get that. Let's see what we get there. If we get energy, we're fine. Okay, we get energy, so we're fine. We also got Fog Crystal. We had a ton of outs realistically led to finding energy. I'm guessing our opponent didn't find Path, so they just concede. Let's keep it moving to the next game, baby. Cheers! Now, I have a little question for you guys, right? There's a car that's parked over there, and we haven't seen it move in months. And before the car went there, that spot used to be empty. Now, we live in like a flat complex at the minute. So, I'm thinking, do you reckon someone's done a bit of a naughty there and parked their car there? Like, it could be their second car or a friend's car or a car they're looking to sell. Or a car that they don't even use, actually. It could even be a car used for criminal activity. And it's just been parked there. Well, what should we do? Is there anything you can do? I guess we can't really prove that it doesn't belong to the number, because all the parking spots have numbers under them, right? Corresponding to what flat you live in. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's get back in the game. So, we have a pretty good start in hand here. We're playing against Duraludon. Actually, a matchup I'm not too, on paper, scared about. Because it's also the Bronzor build, so it's not like the Adventure Discovery Hammers build, which is nice for us. But Duraludon, we don't play special energies, right? So if they're going to attack the Duraludon, it's just a free prizer. I say just a free prizer. It does do 220 damage, so it's a good consistent two-shot with a lot of HP. But we do have the potential to just blow through it. So that's all we can really do with this hand is just get 2 energy onto Calyrex and keep it moving, because we can't really get going with Zacian in the active, because Zacian the Zacian V mirror match, almost, as it were, a little bit of cannibalism, because their Zacian one-shots our Zacian, and they could do it next turn. They could just Saucer, evolve the Bronzong, and all that good stuff. So we gotta be careful. There is the Duraludon VMAX, that Skyscraper ability, turning up, well, preventing damage from all Pokemon that have special energy attached. Really good anti-meta pick right now, because it's, you know, pretty good against Mew, pretty good against Single Strike, pretty good against Rapid Strike. It's good against a whole lot of stuff. And I keep yawning, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, like, be subtle and, like, you know, try and yawn and remember. I don't know why. I always start yawning loads when I do postcard. I need to work out a way of stopping that. Oh dear. Oh, my mic's got a little bit of damage on. I wonder how that's happened. Anyway, so we get Marnied. We get a VMAX, which is nice. I don't really see much use of Astral Barrage in this matchup, apart from maybe applying pressure to that Bronzor. But actually, an Astral Barrage into Duraludon VMAX and Bronzor actually seems okay. Because then we could carry the Bronzor for 1 prize, carry the Duraludon for 3 prizes. That gave us 4 prizes in total, and we have to just carry the Zacian. The Damazet is interesting, because the Damazet is immune to damage from VMAX Pokemon. So, gotta keep tabs on that. Now, our opponent has put down enough prizes to where we can just boss around, but it means we have to be very careful of our boss. We only play 2 in this list, so. Okay, so we get ourselves down. Calyrex VMAX. Quick one away. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm trying to think, do we go for Crobat or Calyrex here? I think I'd probably go for Calyrex. But, I mean, in hindsight, I'd go for Calyrex, but now I went for Crobat. Okay, but I did think we do have more outs into drawing into more Calyrexes, because we've got, like, you know, Fog Crystal for this. We could actually use this Fog Crystal to get a full value Articuno, which it looks like we might be doing. Articuno is going to have a little bit of utility in this matchup as well. We can use this attack, because what the attack does, for 3 energy, discard all energy from this Pokemon, but then you get to do an 120 damage snipe. That is pretty cool, because Bronzong has 110, so keep that in mind. Also really good for cleaning up any missed VMAX KOs. Wow, that's a hand that we just mined ourselves into. Wow, okay. So essentially 4 Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAXs when we have no Calyrex on the bench. So it is what it is. Let me have some more of my tea now, please. Now, if you've made it this far in a video, and you haven't liked the video, please do me a favor, hit that like button. Very, very important in the algorithm. We try and get these videos out to as many people as possible. You hitting that like button helps out a great deal. If you've made it this far and you haven't hit the subscribe button, because about 50% of you people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. I don't know why. It's free. It helps me out. You get some content, I get a subscriber. So do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Go on, you get like and subscribe. Come on. What is this hand? I don't blame you for not liking actually and subscribing after this hand. Jesus. All we can do is just War of the Sword. I guess it has to go on Crobat because Zacian V is living on borrowed time. It looks like our opponent is struggling to find the fighting energy. And that's one thing about Duraludon that's really annoying, that it requires 1 fighting energy. So I'm guessing they're either playing like 4 fightings or like 4 auroras. Either way, they won't be playing a lot of them, so they're struggling to find them, which is giving us time. Well, they have got to research now. Okay. So yeah, that was just a trash hand. But the chances are, Zacian shouldn't really be sticking around after this. So all they have to do, they can either... Okay, it looks like they missed the fighting energy still. I'm going to say they can either find a fighting energy and get the KO, or they can switch, move the energies up with Bronzor, because Bronzor lets you move metal energies around, move them up to the Zacian, and then take a KO. So let's see what they do. Looks like they're going for the Zacian KO. So, you know, in this Zacian death match, as it were, looks like the Metal Zacian's coming out on top. And if we're being honest between ourselves with everyone in this room, we all know that the Metal Zacian's better. We all know that. But still, we are stuck in Suspect City right now because we haven't been drawing anything good. We haven't even got a card we want to play next turn. I guess we can attach an Air Balloon if we really want to, but it doesn't really do us a great deal, right? Okay, so there's the Brave Blade. I was weak to... Oh, that's technically a fairy type. Okay. That makes sense. Yes! Well done, Research Professor Magnolia. Saving us. Saving us. Professor Magnolia. Whoa, this is a crazy hand. I've only just got what we can do here. Yeah, we can get down Articuno. And this was bound to happen, right? When we've been drawing so bad and we get a late game research, you are bound to get good cards, right? So now I actually think we can Underworld Door, yeah, draw some cards, yeah. We might be able to push a KO on this Zacian now. Okay, well, that KO 280. Oh my goodness. Now, you know what 280 means? We've literally been faffing about this game. You've seen, we've literally just been attaching Roar of the Sword. Attach, Roar of the Sword. And now, all of a sudden, if we get 2 more energy in play, yeah, 2 more, we one-shot the Duraludon VMAX. Are you actually having me on? Are you being serious with me? Well, guess what? You watching this on your phone, statistically, most likely, most of you are watching this on the phone. That's why I try and make the gameplay nice and big for you so you can see the gameplay, because the normal TCG, the board is very small, hard to read. Statistically, if you're watching this on your phone, or you're watching this for your computer monitors like I am, or on your laptop, I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I think like you've been messing about, but look how much damage we're doing. Oh dear. Okay, let's get back involved. So they throw us up the Zamazenta, which is clever because we can't really hit that. But I think, yeah, with the Training Court, we can start. Yeah, we can start to attach, and I think we just KO that KO Duraludon, right? Yeah, we take out one of the Air Balloon, obviously. That's a KO. We did 280 last turn, and then we just attach one, right? Or attach 2. because I was too busy messing about. But I think we attached one under our door, didn't we? I know you guys are watching. So let's have a look. So I think we've definitely got a KO on this guy. Then we go down to what do we go down to here? What do we go down to? Go down to 1. And then we're going to get to see something a little bit special, because when you're down to 1 prize as a Shadow Rider Calyrex player and your opponent has non-rule box Pokemon in play, you have a card that is really good at slaying non-rule box bench Pokemon. If you haven't clocked on what it is, there you go. You see me drawing attention. Oh, you can't. Can you see the mouse? Oh, you can. 110 HP on the Bronzong. We have 2 Articunos there that both do an 120 damage snipe. So pretty much no matter what our opponent does here, we are straight chilling. Crystal Cave does not matter. Even if you KO active, it does not matter. Even if you Assault Tackle, does not matter. If you leave that Zacian in the active, guess what? Finish the phrase with me. Come on, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Now, our opponent probably thinks, yes, we've got them here. I mean, realistically, how much damage do we do without that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 51, 82, 10. Now, we even have win on board if they just KO active anyway. But we're going to go for the whoopah! Articuno, because that's more fun, right? Whoopah! Bronzong on the bench thinking it's safe. Not today. Not today. How dare you leave Bronzong on the bench when we play Articuno? Don't you know that Santa hunts bench Pokemon with Articunos? That's what we do. We actually don't use reindeers anymore here at Santa Industries. We actually ride on the back of Galarian Articunos. So, if you see me riding Galarian Articuno later with my hat on, mind your damn business. Let's get this finished before I start wilding out again. Side laser, bing, bing, bing. If you don't mind your business later, I'm a side laser you. coming in like a chopper gunner on Modern Warfare 2. Oh, can you just imagine me on a Galarian Articuno, chopper gunner style, like get him Articuno. Oh my god, I'm getting too crazy. Let's keep it moving. On to the next game. Right then, so here we go, our last game for today, and I haven't a Scoobies of what we're playing against. Now, most of the time you ever see a Passimian and a Medicham, obviously it's going to be something Rapid Strike based. I imagine your safest bet is Rapid Strike Urshifu. We've prized 1 Calyrex VMAX as well. We actually miss energy here, so I don't know. It could be worthwhile us actually trying to dig for the energy here. We get rid of Boss, interesting. Yeah, we're going to have to go Crobat hunting for an energy. I mean, it's not like the end of the world if we don't get it. Our opponent gives us the smiley face. And I don't like it when people spam emotes. It always gets me up the wrong way. I'm not a fan. So I'm not even sure what are they? What, because we got rid of our boss? Or that we have a quick ball? I don't know. Either way, I don't know what we're playing against here. Rapid Strike Urshifu is a safe assumption. Now, even though we hit Rapid Strike Urshifu for weakness, does not mean it's a freebie by any means, because Rapid Strike Urshifu has a really good, well, it doesn't have a really good time, but it has a win con against Mew VMAX in a sense that Gmax Rapid Flow is a crazy attack. They can do some silly things. Rapid Flow twice, KO 2 Shadow Riders, for example. Very possible. Excuse me, my mouth is getting a little bit dry, so allow Santa a little drink. This is orange squash, by the way, in case you're wondering. Now, am I tripping, or did we see an electric energy hit the discard pile? Okay, so we're not playing against. Well, I mean, we could still be playing against. No, we're not. We're definitely playing against some. I know it could still be Rapid Strike Urshifu in here, but it looks like our opponent has the Zayora sleeves, so we're probably playing against some sort of Zayora V deck. Which is interesting. Zayora V actually hits like an absolute truck, right? Basically, if one of your Rapid Strike Pokemon attack last turn, you do 100 damage to the active, which is fine, right? But then you do an 160 snipe to the bench. Now, saying that, it's really hard to chain. Now, it looks like they're not playing any form of Flaffies. They're playing Inteleon. So I think the route they're going down, they're going to have, and they've got artillery, right, is that they go for the Zayora because it attacks for 3 energy, 1 lightning, 2 colorless. So you use a Rapid Strike energy to provide the 2. Then you actually attach to the lightning. So their game plan's going to be when the Magikarp gets KO'd, they Rapid Strike search for the energy, and they Drizzy for the Raihan, and that's how they're going to keep trying to keep chaining. Now, that's a very good game plan, in all honesty, because if you can get off like 3 Plasma Fists or whatever the attack's called, you tend to win most games with 160 snipe, 2 shots, something on the bench, and your 100s add up quite nicely as well. But if we can just keep the tempo up, it's a very hard combo for them to keep doing that. They've only got a 2-card hand as well. Chances are, even if they do get the right hand combo off next turn, they're going to be a little bit restricted in what they can do. Either way, we get the first 2 prizes. Happy days. Take them prizes, please. Yeah, boss. And a quick one. Okay. So, what is it called? Cross Fist. Now, tell you what, here's a little... Let me leave it in the comments, your answer to this question. Whoops. Zayora V, right? Do you prefer the alt art, the RA, or the FA? I tend to, for the most of the alt arts, you know, I always tend to prefer the FAs. I really do. I mean, some of the alt arts are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the time, the FAs, like Genesect, for example. Do you prefer Genesect RA? I mean, FA or alt? I know people love the alt because he's breakdancer, and that is cool, but that full art with that blue background is just perfect, in my opinion. It is perfect. Okay. So here comes the right hand. Here comes the Cross Fist. Now, right hand's pretty cool because it lets them like get another card, right? So they can sort of pick something they're going to need for next turn. It's going to help keep them consistent. Now, I honestly think Zayora V is better with Flaffy. It just takes the edge off so much, you know what I mean? All you have to do is have 3 Flaffies, and then you use either Keep Calling, no, not Keep Calling, you use the Plusle or the Minor that has Call for Family. After that, it's Cross Fist, Cross Fist, Cross Fist, Cross Fist, Cross Fist. It is insane. With Telescopic Sight, you hit 190 on the bench. You can just KO Genesect and... Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, anyway, let's get back into the game. We're not playing against that now. I mean, we're not playing Zayora. Our opponent's playing Zayora. So I think all we want to do... The one downside to Zayora is that the insane bench damage it does is kind of offset with the mediocre damage into the active. It only does 100 damage to the active, which in a lot of cases these days when VMAXs have a ton of HP, right, not really particularly very helpful. Now, I'm attaching energy to the Zacian, thinking that's clever, but Zacian's going to need a ton of energy to where it's ever going to deal with a Zayora. And it also... If Zayora gets a Telescopic Sight, it does 190 to the bench. If it starts getting quick shootings involved, Zacian's going down rather quick. So I think, in hindsight, that's definitely a misplay. We do not want to be using Zacian in this matchup. But, with all that being said, we're down to 2 prizes. All we've got to do is just knock out whatever they put in the active next turn. We have a boss's orders if they mess about. They can't really leave a 1 prize in active, because that won't really be achieving their game plan. As it stands now, we are on course for a 6-0 body bag. 6-0 body bag. And that's one of the things about Zayora, is that you can never do the big Cross Fist turn 1. Obviously, a balancing factor. If you could just go, bing, 160 to the bench turn 1, that'd be pretty crazy. But it sometimes means, especially if you're giving up 2 prizes, right? If you're giving up 2 prizes really early on, it means you only ever get 2 Plasma Fists off, and in most scenarios that's probably not going to get it done. As powerful as a 160 snipe is to the bench, it only is 100 to the active. You're not going to take 6 prizes off using 2 of them. Another reason why I think my Plusle Minor build's better, check that out in the playlist below. But hey, this is flowing. This deck, I have to give them full credit, this deck is flowing right now. They are not messing about. But I think it could be all in vain. Even after that escape rope, I went into the other Shadow Rider because like there's no way you KO this. It's got 2 energy on. All I got to do is attach 1 more energy from my hand, and that's game. I know you have to play right hand to even attack, so I know you can't Marnie me. I've got my energy here. I do not see a way out for you unless you place like a ton of crushing hammer. So that is why we promoted the Shadow Rider. And again, I'm feeling quite confident. Only if our opponent didn't lead Medicham, could have been a different game. But like I always say, you don't get bonus points for winning close games. I'll take the easy ones as well, baby. So it looks like our opponent's taking their time. I'm gonna have a drink of water. You see, this is why you don't buy. This is why you don't buy Fusion Strike packs. See that? So yeah, we're gonna get the 6-0. Let's get the 6-0 dance, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, if you're a fan of 6-0s, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me, okay? Now, if you want to see that quad Zayora deck I mentioned, check out this video. You want to see some comedic skits, check out this video. If you want to see my podcast, check out that video. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.